Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear, and this is the third installment on some of my favorite semi-automatic rifles. And in this group we're going to be looking at pistol caliber carbines. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get started. Over here, and I showed this in my last video and I told you you'd probably see it again, is the M1 carbine. Great little carbine. I won't go into any detail other than to let you know this is it has an M2 bolt. The serial number dates it back to 51, so this is a Korean War vintage carbine. It's a great shooting little gun. Hey, Sarge, watch out, bud. What are you doing? You're taking up all the room here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Alright, next up is this is a World War II vintage gun, or I believe it is. This serial number dates back to 1945. And this is, again, has an M2 bolt, and looks like Sarge wants to be a ham and get into my videos here. But anyway, I added this stock on there trying to get a little bit more length of pull, and I like the pistol grip. This is a great shooting gun. Now the next one is my earliest model. This has a M1 style bolt, and man, this is just a great shooter, and this is my favorite, and that's why I stuck it on this latest stock that I bought. And I bought this maybe, I don't know, 12-14 years ago. This is a folding stock, and the reason why I like this stock so much is this mechanism that allows it to fold makes the length of pull really long, and for me it fits pretty good. So this is my favorite little carbine of the M1 carbines right here. Alright, Sarge, move, boy. Folks don't want to see you, they want to see the guns. Hey, what is it? Go check it out. Guard duty. Good boy. Tell you what, you have a 240-pound dog come flying at you, you may want to move. He has knocked me down more than one time. Alright, next up to bat is my Thompson. This is a semi-automatic civilian version of the Thompson submachine gun, and this was made by Thompson Auto Ordnance. Okay, the company is now owned by Carr, the same folks that make fine little defensive pistols. But this is I don't know, late 80s is when I got it. Anyway, I bought this as an accessory. It had the regular forend on it. It does have a 16-inch barrel. I have the 30-round magazine in it, but I do have some actual military surplus 20-round magazines, and I have a 50-round drum, which really makes it cool. This is N45 ACP, and I tell you what, man, this is a heavy gun. And when you're shooting 45 ACP in a gun with this kind of weight, it really doesn't hardly move at all. It's a great shooting gun. You can just shoot this gun as long as you can hold her up. Because I tell you what, this gun weighs as much as my M1 Garand. Alright, next up is something that's really out of the ordinary. This is another 45 carbine, 45 ACP, and this is made by Chris TDI, and this is called the Chris Super V. Has an extremely unique operating system, whereas the bolt actually travels on rails downward, okay, and then springs bring it back up. This is a unique design, and because of this design, this gun really does not have very much muzzle lift to it at all when you're shooting it, and it also reduces the felt impulse of recoil. This is an extremely comfortable and maneuverable gun. Now, I was at Blackwater when these folks were there, and they were actually demonstrating the gun, and I don't know if it was a local newscast they were doing or something for a show or something, but they were testing this gun out, and that was the first time I got a look at it, and it was truly amazing. It had a 5.5-inch barrel, it was fully automatic, and the guy was just eating up a silhouette target. It was amazing to see. Now, it's mostly composite construction, so it's very lightweight. Even the stock is made of composite materials. This is a pre-production model. So it's kind of sort of like a semi-custom version of the gun. It got a lot of special attention in hand fitting. They did have some growing pains when I first got the gun. These shrouds, and this is a 16-inch barrel with a barrel shroud over top of it, they were just press fitted on. And actually I was halfway into my second box of ammunition when the original shroud that I had went flying off at the end of the gun and, you know, down the range. And so that was kind of embarrassing. So I took the gun back to them. They are headquartered here in Virginia Beach, and man, they just couldn't wait to get a hold of the gun once I called them and talked to them, and they came up with a new system where they kind of pinned the shroud onto the barrel to keep it from coming off of there. And you know, they've had some other little tweaks and things. I think there was a series of bolts that they had a recall on because they were out of spec. But got to tell you, this gun really shoots great. It's amazingly accurate. And another unique thing about it is it uses Glock magazines. You know, that's a standard Glock magazine up front here, Glock 21. You buy this kit right here that fits over top of it and extends it out to 30 rounds. It really gives you some serious firepower, 30 rounds of 45 ACP. And when you accompany a Glock 21, you can put this right into the Glock 21 and use it for that. So kind of unique, kind of special, like it very much. This is a great gun to shoot, just an absolute great gun to shoot. Now next up is another legendary firearm. This is an Uzi, and this is not an Israeli Uzi. This is, as a matter of fact, made by Norinco. And I bought this used, and I bought it like this. Somebody had hacked up the wooden stock on there, and I'm kind of sort of glad I couldn't get my hand into the stock of the thumb hole stock that I had before that. I've always been wanting to convert this to the folding stock that you see on the Uzis. I've gotten a bunch of the parts together to do that, but I have never really gotten everything that I needed or started out with it. Besides that, a little bit of weight that this wooden stock provides, this 9mm just doesn't move, man. This thing just sits right there when you're shooting it. It has a 16-inch barrel, 32 round magazine, and it's a good shooting gun. Next up is another gun that's kind of new technology. This is the Beretta CX4 Storm, and this is in 9mm. And this gun is quite a little treat to shoot. I tell you, this uses the same magazines as the Beretta 92, and matter of fact, these are 20 rounders. You have to buy an adapter for the magazine to use 92 FS magazines in it, and you also have to buy the magazine release for the Beretta 92 model. But if you do that, it just takes a few minutes to convert it. You can basically set this gun up to shoot with a 92 FS, and I do have one. So they kind of like a little buddy system. You got a carbine and a pistol that shoots the same caliber and the same magazines. Kind of similar to what I have with the Chris and the Glock 21 that I have. So. This is a barrel shroud. This was made by Beretta. It's just there for decoration, and it adds a little bit of front weight to it, but not a whole lot of front weight to it. It's only a 9mm. It's not going to go but so far, right? And I have a little Bushnell red dot sight on there. And by the way, this is just for the video. This is sitting a little bit too low. I'm going to have to get a block or something to raise the sight up a little bit. But I thought y'all might want to see what kind of sight I was going to have on it anyway. Now the next two guns are 22s, and man, you just got to show a couple of 22s. This is a super fun gun. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P 22, and I tell you what, I really like this little 22. This is really great. You got to buy a ton of magazines because you will just not want to stop shooting this gun. It's really great. and it's an accurate little gun. And so far, after I got through the first couple of boxes, I had a couple of hiccups. This thing has just been running ever since, and I've not had any problems with it. Great little 22. If you're looking for something to get to train with or whatever, that's fine. And this has all the controls of a regular AR-15, and it's just fun to shoot. That's the reason I bought it. I love the little thing. And last but certainly not least, probably one of the more prolific 22s, iconic 22s. Certainly the 22 that probably has the most accessories associated with it. This is a Ruger 1022. Now, I've had this gun for a really, really long time, and I kind of set this up with that same Black Warrior folding stock that I have on my carbine to give me a little better length of pull. And man, what a great gun. Now, when I did that and made this folding stock, and you put the big old banana clips on there, and I got this little funny looking sight right here, and I don't know if you, maybe some of you folks may not know about this sight. That is an Armson OEG, okay? And this is a funky little sight that came out a while ago, and it's really quite a design. It uses fiber optics. I also had the larger Big Brother version that has tritium insert in it also. And that's the Armson OEG day-night sight. I believe the tritium insert was provided by Trigicon, because I know for a while Trigicon actually had them in their catalog. But anyway, you shoot this sight, it's an ocular sight, you have to keep both eyes open, okay? When your dominant eye will give you the red dot, and your non-dominant eye provides the picture for the target. It may take a little while to get used to that thing, but it didn't. But I tell you what, I really like the design, I really like the sight. It's super rugged, and quite honestly, the way this little gun is put together, this is kind of sort of my squirrel assault rifle, okay? A lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with this gun. It's a great little gun. Alright, and that concludes my third video on some of my favorite semi-automatic rifles. Once again, I've tried to pick stuff that was kind of different and to show you. So thanks a lot for watching, folks. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, shoot straight on the range and in life. Thanks.